Exercise 8. Snapshot. What's typical? Typical, similar. In Ireland, 83% of the adult population own their own home. Population. All the people living in a country. Population, all the people living in a country. So in Ireland, all the adult people, all the grown-up people own their own homes. About 83%. In Canada, 45% of husbands and wives share the housework. So in Canada, 45% of husbands and wives, the married people, share the housework. They do the housework together. Housework such as cleaning, sweeping, doing the dishes, and doing the laundry. In Mexico, 93% of households have a television set, have a TV set, a TV set, a television set. So in Mexico, 93% of households. Households means families. That means 93% of families have a television set. In Portugal, 70% of mothers work outside the home. In the country of Portugal, most mothers work outside the home. In Germany, the average age to get married is 31 for men and 28 for women. In the country of Germany, the usual age to get married is 31 for men and 28 for women. In Australia, 90% of households have more than 5 people. So in Australia, percent of families have more than 5 people. Means mom, dad, and 3 children. In the United Arab Emirates, 85% of the population live in urban areas. So in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, 85% of the people who live in United Arab Emirates live in urban areas. Urban areas, cities, town. They live in cities and towns. They don't live in villages. In South Korea, 59% of couples have children. In South Korea, 59% of married people have children. Couples. A couple, a husband and wife. Couple, husband and wife. In Japan, 65% of the elderly population live with their children. So in Japan, 65% of the elderly population, of the elderly people, the old people, live with their children. They live with their kids. Which facts surprise you? Why? Which facts make you surprised? Facts, and also you can say facts. You can make the T silent between 2 consonants, between C and S. Which facts surprise you? Why? A lot of facts surprise me. Which facts seem like positive things, which seem negative? Positive, good. Negative, bad. Exercise number 9. Conversation. I come from a big family. Look at the picture. What do you see? Young man, young lady. What are they doing? They're drinking tea. They're drinking. They're talking. They're laughing. They're having fun. Let's start to listen.
Page 33. Exercise 9. Conversation. I come from a big family. Part A. Listen and practice.
How many brothers and sisters do you have, Meili?
Actually, I'm an only child.
Really?
Yeah, most families in China have only one child nowadays.
I didn't know that.
What about you, Marcos?
I come from a big family. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
Wow, is that typical in Peru?
Not really. A lot of families are smaller these days. But big families are great because you get lots of birthday presents.
Let's start to read. She's from China. How many brothers and sisters does Meili have? She's an only child. She's alone. She doesn't have brothers or sisters. Why? Most families in China have only one child nowadays. What about Marcus? How many brothers and sisters does Marcus have? Marcus comes from a big family. He has 3 brothers and 2 sisters. 3 brothers, 2 sisters, Marcus, mom and dad. So there are 8 family members in Marcus' family. They are 8. This is a big family. Is that typical in Peru? Is that usual in Peru to have big families? No. Why? Because a lot of families are smaller these days. Does Marcus like to be in a big family? Yes. Why? Because big families are great. Because you get lots of birthday presents. You get lots of birthday gifts. If you have a birthday party, your brothers and your sisters, everyone gives you a birthday present. Let's listen to part B.
Size 9. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What does Meili like about being an only child?
So, do you like being an only child?
Of course. I get all my parents' attention.
Yeah, I share my parents' attention with 5 other people.
But sometimes I want a brother or a sister.
Do you ever feel lonely?
Sure, but it's okay. I have lots of friends.
So, do you like being an only child?
Of course. I get all my parents' attention.
Yeah, I share my parents' attention with 5 other people.
But sometimes I want a brother or a sister.
Do you ever feel lonely?
Sure, but it's okay. I have lots of friends.
Meili likes being an only child because she gets all her parents' attention. She gets all her parents' care. Does Meili feel lonely? Yes, she feels lonely, but it's okay because she has a lot of friends. Exercise number 10. Grammar focus. Let's start to listen.
Page 34. Exercise 10. Grammar focus. Quantifiers.
All families have only one child.
Nearly all families have only one child.
Most families have only one child.
Many families are smaller these days.
A lot of families are smaller these days.
Some families are smaller these days.
Not many couples have more than one child.
A few couples have more than one child.
Few couples have more than one child.
No one gets married before the age of 18.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my English Brain. Today we are talking about quantifiers. Alright, let's get started. These are all quantifiers, and quantifiers indicate the quantity or the amount of something. For example, today we are talking about the quantity or the amount of people. So, starting at 0. 0% of the people, we say no one. The other quantifiers are hardly any, a few, not many, some, a lot of, many, most, nearly all, and at 100% of the people, we use everyone. Okay, let's practice. Here are some other facts about the world. For example, 75% of the population lives in this circle. Another way to say this is nearly all of the population lives in this circle, or most of the population lives in this circle. We're using the quantifier to indicate the quantity or the amount of the population. Here's another example. 20% of the people in the United States can speak a second language. Another way to say this is using the quantifiers. Not many people or a few people in the United States can speak a second language. Very good. Another example. 0.001% of the people have internet access in North Korea. Another way to say this is hardly any people have internet access in North Korea. Now, 0.001% of the population is practically 0. So we can also say no one. No one has internet access in North Korea. Very good. One last example. Finland wants to give 100% of the people $800 a month if they live there. Another way to say this is Finland wants to give everyone $800 a month if they live there. Very good. So, remember guys, the quantifiers. 100% of the people, we say everyone. Everyone. Going down in the percentage, we say nearly all, most, many, a lot of, some, not many, a few, hardly any, and no one. Alright guys, very good.
A. Rewrite these sentences using quantifiers, then compare with a partner. 1. In China, 50% of women get married by the age of 22. In this exercise, you have this number 50. You check which quantifier, which word can replace this number. So number 1, in China, a lot of women get married by the age of 22. Number 2, in Australia, 87% of married couples have children. In Australia, nearly all married couples have children. Nearly all. 3. In the United States, 0% of the people vote before the age of 18. In the United States, no one votes before the age of 18. No one votes. So here, the verb is singular verb, votes. You have to put S. 4. 35% of the people in Germany live alone. Some people in Germany live alone. 5. 78% of American high school students have jobs. Most American high school students have jobs. Exercise number 11. This email about your family. Write an email to your e-pal about your family. E-pal, chatting friend, a friend you chat with. Dear Young June, thanks for your email. Now, let me tell you about my family. My parents are coffee farmers. They are farmers who grow coffee. Most families here are small. I have one older sister, but I don't have a brother. My sister's name is blah blah blah. This is gonna be homework. You have to write about an email or a paragraph about your family. You can start, I have a big family, I have a small family. There are 5 members in my family. There are 3 members in my family. You tell me, what are their names? Who are they? What are their jobs? Example, I have a big family. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. My sister is Shayma. She's 40 years old. She's an engineer. My brother is, so you write the name of your brother. How old is he? What's his job? What's he like? Tall, short, nice, gentle, kind. You can write a good paragraph about that. Exercise 12. Reading. Stay-at-home dads. Read the title of the article, then check through the question you think the interviewed will answer. So, why do men decide to stay at home with their children? Or, the second question, what happens when both parents work? Let's start to read. Families in the US are changing. One important change is that many fathers are staying home with their children. They take care of the kids, and their wives go to work. So, wives go to work, husbands stay at home. Modern Family Magazine, this is a name of magazine, like a newspaper. Modern Family Magazine asks 3 stay-at-home dads the question, what's it like being a stay-at-home dad? Are you happy because you stay at home and your wife works, or you are not happy? Are you happy or not? So let's ask some questions about this paragraph. Are families changing in the USA? Yes. What is the big change? One important change is that many fathers are staying at home with their children. What do fathers do? They take care of the kids. What about their wives? Their wives go to work. Now I've here 3 fathers, 3 dads, William Chan, Daniel Evans, and Roberto Garcia. So this is number 1. William Chan. I'm having a good time when the kids are in school. I do housework. Housework, work people do to take care of the home, such as cleaning. I do housework. Our youngest child goes to school part-time. So, the youngest child, the youngest one, goes to school part-time, not full-time, part-time. When I pick her up, when I go to take her, I love the one-on-one time with her. He likes to stay alone with his daughter. Then, when my 2 sons get home from school, we all play together. So William, his daughter, and his 2 sons play together. Why do we stay home? Well, I wasn't happy at my job. It was pretty stressful, in fact. Why does William stay at home? Because his job was very stressful. He was under stress. So he wasn't happy at his work. He wasn't happy at his job. So he decided to stay at home. Let's ask some questions. Does William have a great time staying at home? Yes. What does he do when his kids are in school? He does the housework. What is the housework? Work people do to take care of the home, such as cleaning. Does his youngest child go to school? Yes, she does. Does she stay all the time in the school? No, she doesn't. How many members of the family in his family? There are 5 persons in his family. William, his wife, 2 sons, and his daughter. So this family has 5 members. What does William do with his sons? He plays with them. Why does William stay at home? Because his job is very stressful. He wasn't happy at his job. Second one, Daniel Evans. It's a challenge. It's a very difficult thing. It's a difficult job. We have 2 young children. They don't go to school yet. I never have time for myself. That's not easy. Not easy. T sub D. That's not easy. That's very difficult. But my kids are growing up so fast. I really want to spend time with them when they're young. Also, my wife loves her job. I think most stay-at-home dads say the same thing. It's hard, but it's worth it. It's hard, it's difficult, but it's important. It's hard to stay at home, but it's very important for the kids because someone has to stay with the children. So how many children does Daniel have? He has 2 young children. Do they go to school? No, they don't. They don't go to school yet. Why does Daniel stay at home? Because he wants to spend time with his kids, especially they're young. Also, his wife loves her job, so his wife doesn't like to quit her job, to leave her job. Is it easy for him to stay at home? No, it's very hard. but it's very important for his kids. Three, Roberto Garcia. In my neighborhood, in my district, in my area, there aren't many dads in the park with their kids on weekdays. So park, a very big garden for enjoyment. So dads are not in the park with their children on weekdays. Nearly all of the parents are moms. Most of them are moms, mothers. I had a stressful job before and didn't have a lot of free time. So Roberto had a stressful job, a very difficult job. He was under stress. So he didn't have a lot of free time. He said, I hate it. I didn't like it. We have a daughter and now I'm spending more time with her. So Roberto and his wife have a daughter. Who gonna stay with her? Roberto's spending more time with her. I love that. I'm enjoying my free time from work, but I'm also working very hard. So he's enjoying his free time from work, but he's also working very hard. He's working a lot. So in Roberto's neighborhood, who goes to the park? A lot of moms with their children, with their kids, go to the park. Why does Roberto stay at home? Because he had a stressful job and he didn't have a lot of free time. He hated his job. He has a daughter. He has to spend time with her. He has to take care of her. Does he love staying at home? Yes, he loves staying at home. Is he free? Yes, he's enjoying his freedom from work. Does he exert a lot of effort? Yes, he's working very hard. He's exerting a lot of effort to take care of his daughter. Read the interviews. Check through the correct names. Who? William, Daniel, Roberto. 1. Who has more than 2 children? Who has an only child? 1 child. Who had a stressful career, a stressful job? Who thinks it's hard to stay at home? It's difficult to stay at home. Who has a wife with a great job? This is part A. Question B, pair work. What do the dads like about staying at home? And what challenges are they having? What are some other reasons dads stay at home? Now let's check the answers. Answers. Who has more than 2 children? William. Who has an only child? Roberto. Who had a stressful job? Who had a stressful career? William and Roberto. Who thinks it's hard to stay at home? Daniel. Who has a wife with a great job? Daniel. For number B, question B, likes one-on-one time with daughter, play with kids, spend time with kids while they're young, freedom from work, no stressful job. Challenges, the difficult things, no time for self, do housework, it's hard work. Other reasons. Able to work from home, paying for childcare too expensive. Start. 8. Statistics. Percentage. Always, L silent. Almost, L silent. Almost, L silent. that vowel plus L, L silent. Together. Adults. Adults. Guess. Think. A guess. Agree. Disagree. 9. Bureau. 9. The words in exercise number 9. Bureau. Birthday presents. Birthday gifts. I can say presents or presents. I can make the T silent. Birthday presents. Birthday gifts. An only child. Parents' attention. Parents' care. 10. Feel lonely. Live alone. 10. Feel lonely. Live alone. High school. Vote. E-pail. A chatting friend. T soft D. A chatting friend. Typical. Typical. Identical. 12. Housework. Work people do to take care of the home, such as cleaning. Again, 12. Housework. Work people do to take care of the home, such as cleaning. After school program. Activities for children after school. Household chores. Household chores. Work children do to help their parents at home. Work children do to help their parents at home. Administrator. 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 T soft D here, between A and O, between two vowels. Administrator. Whereabout. Whereabout. Yeah sound here. Whereabout. Y plus vowel. Worry. Whereabout. Don't say worry about. No, wrong. Worry about. Worry about. Worry about. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up something. Leave. Left, left. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. T soft D. Unluckily. Freedom. Liberty. Liberty. T soft D. Household. Chore.